And oh, okay. So we just had a great time over the weekend, and it was our real first event, in my opinion. It was our first event as Marketplace Global. Now, a lot of you on here, you haven't even been in 3 months yet. A lot of you. How crazy is that? And um, we had a whole bunch of stuff happen long before you know, a short time actually before all y'all joined, and we literally became a new company. Literally, I'm not just saying that. That's a real thing. Even though we're the same company, we did update the logo and things like this because we were moving into this product of fix, and it's literally changed everything, as I would assume most of you know. I was just on a Zoom with a handful of people who. Uh, and this is what I spend my time doing these days, sharing with new people, but also being on Zooms and calls with people who have been very, very, very successful in this industry, who are looking at or have already joined us and are trying to figure out how to move forward, how to move forward the right way. And I'm just very, very excited about that because for some of you who have been around for a minute, you've been hearing me say November is going to be the month that we go to a whole new level. I mean, whole new level. It's going to be crazy. And so this was before some other things happened in the industry that I won't get into on this particular call. But we just have a phenomenal timing, in addition to phenomenal product, phenomenal comp plan, phenomenal product, that it's just all these things have converged at the same time. And for those of you who don't know, I'm a pastor as well. So in my opinion, the way my worldview is that God has shined down on us and blessed us with this to be able to bring this to the world. And we have a solid comp plan that just can go on and on and on because the numbers are really solid. It's a really simple comp plan. And so because of that, it works really well. And we have a lot of people who are starting to see some pretty decent income in a short period of time as they join. Some people are seeing obscene incomes in a short period of time, but that's just because we have a product that actually people want. Actually, I've noticed that there's a rabid desire for it. RABID, rabid. So we, for many of you who know, hopefully you've seen in your back office, Randy Tyner, there's a part 1 and a part 2 on the shipping updates, and I'll give you a little bit of that. But at the end of the day, in late September, what happened, just so that you guys all know, there's different parts of this particular, what's called an Easy Snap. Now, Randy's been packaging these things for, I don't know, about 10 years in this type of package, all kinds of different sizes and topical liquids, digestible liquids, all kinds of different things. Well, on this particular one, there is a film that goes on the back. And this one film he doesn't control. It comes from Italy. And in late September, 1 million of the impressions, meaning to produce 1 million of these snaps, came in. They were ready to run all the production, and the film that came in was wrong. And they could not use it. So all that was set up, everything was ready to go produce 1 million snaps over I don't know how long it takes to do that, I don't know, a week, whatever it is. And all of a sudden, they couldn't start. And it's a 3-week lead time to get stuff. So they started scrambling, paid a whole bunch of money to air freight it over and to get things in production again. So we've got gobs and gobs of product. We've actually been able to increase the capacity, our production capacity, by 4x along the way, and which is phenomenal for all of us. And we've introduced the tincture bottles, which, oh, everybody's looking at that. Ooh, that's a pretty blue. Yeah, you're going to get yours out there, people. But we were at corporate yesterday. We had meetings after the meetings, talking about where we're going from here. And I was able to snag this. Actually, he gave it to me. But we got these tincture bottles that are also going to be available for people. And we've got a whole segment of people who want these bottles, nice and sophisticated, fun and sexy. So you get to choose which one you want. And so now we've introduced these so we can actually scale in we'll be fully up to, I guess, what I would call production capacity in about 10 days. So we're increasing all the time, but by that time, we can literally scale into the millions of people, millions of reps at that point. So while this 2 weeks has been a thing for a lot of people, I know, while it's been a thing, it's also created the opportunity for us to actually increase production sooner than the company was looking at doing. Now, a lot of that's because of the volume that's been ordered. So this has actually been, and I know some of you won't feel this, it's actually been a good thing because we now are moving into like the medical and naturopathy arena where they want this bottle right here. We just finished a Zoom 15 minutes ago with a naturopath pharmacist, and he was like, hey, can I get that tincture bottle? Yes, you can. And so there's a whole segment out there that's going to bring a whole lot of credibility and a whole lot more validation than we already have, even though we have a ton, and all that's happening. And because we have these sooner than we were going to go to them, that's a great, great thing. So all these things, it's all in how you look at it. It's all a mindset thing. You can look at the glass half full or you can look at it half empty. Either way, the glass is always full, just so you know. It's either full of water or air. It's just how you look at it. So with all of that happening, wanted to kind of bring you up to speed on a couple of things that were talked about over the weekend. And some of you guys are probably like, tell us about this. And one of those things is the integration of the ACE platform. We have pretty much all of the coding, everything is done at this point. All the contractual stuff is done. That's all fantastic. And there's last minute changes, all those things where they're doing all the testing and things like that to make sure everything's working exactly correct. And just so you guys know, we're talking about integrating two complete companies integrating into that one back office. So into the platform. It's not just a small task, is my point. And so right now, just so everybody's clear, November 1st is the day that will be fully launching. We had hoped to have it obviously already, but understand this, ACE is already available. It's available to anybody and everybody who wants it right now. I know it's $19 a month, but from a marketing platform standpoint, it's a phenomenal deal. What you're going to have in the ACE Lite version, where you're going to be able to, when we send somebody signs up, they're going to see first steps right here. And we're doing these videos now to ensure that we got up-to-date videos, and we'll be doing that over the next week to make sure everybody's got the right information that's pertinent right now. And when a brand new person signs up, they're going to be trained from the jump, right when they get their welcome email. Go here, and here's step 1, 2, 3, 4. There'll be a manage your business section and a grow your business section. And in those, there'll be different information, little bits of information so that people don't get overwhelmed. All of that's going to happen. And we made a ton of progress in that. They're just finishing up the last bits of that. And then they're going to probably spend a week testing it just to be sure that because if you guys don't know, they're going to try to break it. And that's what happens. They try to break it. If it breaks, then they go fix whatever needs breaking, get in there, change up some coding and things like that. So all of that is happening as we Randy outlined over the weekend. The production, just so that you all know, if you've been on any of the Zooms over the last 4 months, you've heard us talk about the packaging machines, these guys right here. So if we just talk about this right here, the snap, we've been able to do, on one machine, Randy mentioned this, about 5,400 of these snaps per hour. Okay, that's on one machine, one shift. So we have 3 machines, but now there are 2 more coming to our facility. So by the end of the month, those will be there. So we'll have 5 machines that can package all of this stuff. And the volume, the speed at which those can go is even faster than what we have now. It's like 8x faster. So we have, again, from a capacity standpoint, not only have they been able to figure out how to increase the production volume of the liquid fix by 4x, but they've also now got new equipment coming in, new packaging machines that could literally do 6 to 10 million snaps a month and we've got the tincture bottles on top of that. So all of that is to simply say this: from a capacity and volume standpoint, we are ready for November. That's going to be a phenomenal thing. For many of you right now, one of I know that there's been a frustration for sure, because you guys haven't been able to, some of you haven't been able to get product because of the shipping. It's just, they're catching up on all the orders and things like that. But what it's proved is that there is a rabid desire for this product. Rabid. That's a really good thing from a business standpoint, that people want this and they want it badly. So you should, again, it's all in how you look at this. You can look at the negative side. You can look at the positive side. It's totally up to you how do you want to show up around that. But in the end, had a snafu on the packaging, so we're fixing that. That's why this guy's here, so we never have that issue again. And meaning from an ability to fulfill orders and increase the capacity of the production by, I don't know how much, some big number of X. So those are the big things on the production side and the ACE side. The one other thing that I would mention, and then I want to have a couple of people share what their experience was this weekend. Actually, I'd like to just read an email. Let me just see if I need to ask for permission. Yeah. All right. Maybe I'll read it from my phone. So, oh yeah. So Christy Rohr does a lot of stuff for countries and things like that. TGA is in the final stage in Australia. TGA certification registration is in the final stage over there. So that's fantastic news. I'm still waiting for those of you on here from Africa. I don't know if we have any Africans on here, but we've got material in process to get shipped over to the South African office to fulfill all of the African orders as Africa is starting to roll. We are the next phase. The next targets are Europe and Asia, specifically the Singapore, Malaysia areas, and so we have those in our sights for the next 2 to 3 months. And so those are, you think things are moving fast now? Whew, you wait till those countries open up. Whew, wow. And it's going to go really fast. And the Philippines is coming on. Philippines has stock over there. Philippines are starting to roll. We got a lot of Filipinos on here. Mabuhay. And so we've got just a lot of stuff. And as we start to move around the globe into some of these regions, guys, we're going to go next year. It's hundreds of thousands of people will be joining. And so that could mean phenomenal things for you. Personally, as I look at the landscape of what's happening, and I'll give you a quick number. I figured this out earlier today. I think it was yesterday, all kind of gotten together. Before Fix rolled out, let's say before June, because I didn't really monitor this in June, but we rolled Fix out in June. In May, between January and May, listen to this, stay with me right here. Between January and May of this year, on my team alone, I'm just talking about my team numbers. There's other teams that are growing well and things like that. I'm just talking about my team. There were about 3 people on average every month that would hit a rank of any kind. 3 people. 3. In July, it was 189 people hit ranks of some sort, whether it's bronze through, at that point, diamond, double diamond, double diamond. That was in July, 189. In August, that went to 360. Last month, that was 700. And this month, it will be over 1,000 people that hit ranks. Now, just let those numbers sink in for a minute. It went from 3 to 1,000 between June, July, August, September, in 5 months. Because of this guy right here. Now, what that tells me is that we have phenomenal duplication happening. A lot of people, whether hitting bronze, silver, whatever, gold, platinum, and all those ranks, and then on up to royal diamond so far. So these things they're great markers to help people understand we have a phenomenal business structure, a great opportunity, a great comp plan that a lot of people are winning in. And when you start to think about this, that just in my team alone, so just think about this, stay with me right here. In the last 4 months, 11,000 people have joined. 1,000 of those 11,000 are hitting ranks this month. That's almost 10%. In this industry, that is unheard of. Unheard of. And so you just got to understand the position you guys are in is a phenomenal situation if you see it that way and take action to do something about it. So Christy came up and she started talking about other products that we're rolling out. We were ready to roll out a product, 2 products actually, before Fix showed up. And we put that on hold because we were like, oh no, everything needs to be focused on Fix. And so are you ready for this? We got fixated. All right. I see what I did there. All right. So fixated on this. And all of a sudden, all the other things got put on the back burner. So we still have these products and other products that have come into I'll call stable, our global marketplace. But we haven't even started touching those, haven't started talking about those because we want to be sure we do the right thing with Fix and make sure everything is taken care of before we try to introduce anything else. But I'm just telling you guys, if you understand the comp plan here and the numbers that I show all the time, not just me, but anybody, let me just get over here real quick. Let me do something real quick right here. I want to show you this because this is let's go do this, go here, share. Okay, there we go, over here. All right, so when you guys see these numbers right here, I want you to understand these numbers, 50 people on each team. There's a ton of people on here that have 50 people on each team. Tons that have at least 50 on one team. Lots of people. So when you got 50 on 2 teams, that's 700 a month. What that is, understand, that's based on 50 PV a month. Each person doing just 50 PV in the month. Now, 30 of these snaps, 30 is 50 PV. 30. Most people are using 2 a day at their discretion, their choice, which means this number would be double because people are choosing on their own to take it twice a day instead of once a day. Why? Because they're getting value out of it. What that means is these numbers don't include any new sales. They don't include any additional purchases.
Anything?
None.
Crackers and butter? Butter is good for you.
Sure. Right. Butter is good for you. But there we go. So, as you see these numbers, you're looking at these. These are like half of what people are actually getting paid at these numbers. Half. Now, if you've got a couple, husband and wife in a household or people in a household all using it, I got people on my team, their kids are stealing it from them to take it. And so my point is, this is based on just 50 PV. And so the fact that in our world, people are choosing on their own to get more, that is an amazing thing. And it's an amazing thing from a comp plan standpoint. So what's happening is we have a whole lot more people making a whole lot more money than almost any other company out there. So I just wanted to kind of lay the groundwork for you. And what Christy is talking about, what she rolled out this weekend was almost an Amazon style platform, a marketplace. And this could be all kinds of different products. Here in the US, we've got about 80 different products to choose from. And so people can go in and buy other things as well. And people do. I do. I buy the greens. I love the greens. My wife, she likes the Slim Core Java. She likes that a lot. But we could have different product mixes in different countries. Again, think with me. Down the road, I'm talking 2026 right now. 2026, when you in your territory, the continent of Africa, they want things different than all of Europe might want, different than Asia, different than Australia or the US or Canada. All these different, Mexico, Central America, South America. Man, we haven't even started talking about South America, and we got a whole solution for that we can turn on in any moment. That's going to happen before the end of the year. I mean, so understand, gang, we can put any product mix in any country's region or specific country, and we just turn it on in their back office.
Oh, fuck.
So what we're talking about is not just the 50 PV or the 100 PV that people are doing, but people could be doing a whole lot more because there are other products. And as we add these, instead of people going off to Amazon or whatever place people go to buy things, they can buy them from themselves, and it only increases the volume. And the whole goal, we got to have two requirements. Every product that comes in, every product, it has to bring value to the members, and it has to fit into the comp plan. If it doesn't do those two things, it's not even considered. We would prefer that it's unique and can't be purchased anywhere else. That's what we prefer. Now, that can't happen with everything, but that's the preference. So that's in process right now, but we're moving at the speed of business, not the speed of thought. And as a result, things take time. I know it sucks for all of us. We'd like for it to all be done now, but it's just not practical. So with that, we've got just phenomenal things happening. People hitting all kinds of ranks, and lots of people winning. I know there were two people. I want to have Nick McGrew. So most of us that are participating are, if you kind of look around at the people that jump on these Zooms, they tend to be, let's call it, above, they're mature. Good call. My wife just said mature. Mature. We have experience on our side. How about that? And so then we have the other the demographic that's at the less experienced end of the spectrums. But my son-in-law, Nick McGrew, was there, and I was having a conversation with him. And Nick, could you, as a 30-year-old, you were there. Could you share what you saw this weekend, what happened to you at the weekend, please?
Yeah. If you missed out this last weekend, don't miss the next one. That's bottom line. Don't miss the next big event. These events are amazing. This is an event that I'll remember, honestly, for the rest of my life. Not that it was only just like the first event for MPG, but the conversations that I had with some of the top people from corporate, like Randy Tyner, our CEO and our founder, the conversations that I had with people like Terry, Byron, and Jim. You just have those next level conversations. I was able to have some of those this weekend in Minnesota, and it really just confirmed I'm in the right place at the right time with people who have the best interest for me. We have leaders and corporate people who are looking out for our best interests, who want us all to succeed and win. And you really can't have those kind of conversations with them unless you're at these kind of big events. And I've seen a lot of life-changing decisions happen at these events. The next one that we have, there will be more younger generation kids and adults there. I promise you that we are going to bring the young generation to the next big event. I know I got some young bucks on this call, Tyler and Josh. We are going to bring the next generation to these big events, and I can't wait for that. And like I said again, if you miss this event in Minneapolis, don't miss the next one. I promise you, the next one's going to be even bigger and better. And we are just getting started, and MPG is about to take off.
Right on, brother. Thanks so much. Appreciate you sharing there, and
just
increasing your vision while you were there. That's what this is all about, guys.
That was the biggest thing. It's being able to see the bigger vision that maybe you can't see right now. Surrounding yourself with people who have that bigger vision that can help you get to where you want to get.
Yeah. In a business like this, gang, your vision about what it can be for you matters. And if you're fortunate enough to be the person that, number one, has a big vision, or around other people who have really big vision, such that your vision can fit inside of theirs, your vision for your life, that's a great thing. And what my hope and desire is that each person on here and everybody in our team all over the globe dares to have great vision right now, because there is no limit to what we can do with this product and this opportunity. No limit. And so So what happens is Nick's having these conversations that I can't tell you how chocolate tastes. If you've never tasted chocolate, I can't tell you how it tastes. You can't even do it. You can't do it. And it's the same thing with going to an event. You can't explain how it feels. You can't explain what happens inside a person when they're having these one-off conversations that move them in their spirit. And these are the things that happen when you come to events. Would you agree with that, Nick?
Yeah, 100% agree with that. Just being around the energy and around the people, it's so different than being on a Zoom like this. It's just so different.
Yep.
And like you said, it helps you capture that bigger vision.
And as I look around at those of us who are more experienced on the call, we all have kids that are less experienced, and many of us in our demographic, let's just say, tend to struggle bringing our kids along with us. And so it's important that they see something, that they find mentors, that they find something where they can find their own voice about it. I was having a conversation with Kate Lowry earlier, who's a diamond on her way to triple diamond, and talking about what the younger generation needs. And I mean, the feel of it, the marketing, and it's 100%. And me, and we're just keeping it real, everybody who's figuring this stuff out at corporate is above 55 years old. And I'm not knocking the people I'm one of them, but we don't see things like a 25-year-old does. We hardly see things anyway without our glasses. So we need the people that have a different perspective. And so for you guys that have those kids and things like that, this can be a phenomenal opportunity for them. And this is why we need some of the younger folks stepping up. So Nick, thanks for being there. Appreciate your heart and your willingness to continue to grow, brother. Let me bring one other gentleman who was on here. Bill Maywest came all the way out from Australia to be here a week early for a trip that they were doing. And he got to be there this weekend and really got around the corporate folks, got to kind of feel that, understand that. So Bill, if you could please unmute and share with these guys what you saw. You've been around this industry a long time. You've been an attorney, a barrister, as you guys call it. And you've done some different things from a legal standpoint in different companies. What was your takeaway from the weekend?
Sure, I'm driving at the moment through Phoenix, so it may or may not drop out, but let's see how we go. Look, you said it so correctly, Terry. You know, you can't describe the taste of chocolate, and I wish that we could have had more people there, particularly from Australia, and the next one we will. But the strength of the corporate team in this is unbelievable. I mean, most countries that we're in at the moment are in a pre-launch. And I think people need to accept that it is a pre-launch and the company's getting it right. But the money, the effort that they're putting into securing our future, securing the product, securing the exclusivity of what we have, and ramping up the production before we go into major overdrive into other countries is just there. And I think the sense that I got is that there's a rock solid future. I mean, we're not building with a company that's just getting someone else's product and remarketing it or rebadging it. This is our baby, and the heart and the soul that everybody's putting into this to make this something that's unbelievably special is there. And to be around the corporate team for an afternoon talking about what they want, what they're doing for the field, the entire company is field focused, working out what they can best do to serve us. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it in my life. I've been involved in a lot of organisations, but I'd just say this is probably the best group of people that I've ever been involved with, and it is a privilege to be part of it.
Appreciate that, brother. And you got a kind of a behind the scenes look as a blue diamond, and you got to kind of see what goes on behind the scenes and the kind of work that goes in, and hear about the investment that goes on, and not just a financial investment. There's a huge time investment from a bunch of people. I mean, people working lots and lots and lots of hours.
And the people that are getting involved. I mean, we've got some of the best people in the industry coming in with us, both from a corporate perspective and from a field perspective. I mean, these are people that are just names in the industry, people that have done the most incredible things. And I can only see the brightest of bright futures for everybody here. It's just a matter of, my words are always trust the process. You either do or you don't. But in this situation, you're on rock solid ground. Trust the process. And they're doing everything they can to move this forward. And I know there's a lot of people out there would like them to do things the way they would like them to do it. They're doing it the way that the company's going to do it. They're giving us everything that we need to build an incredible business. We've just got to work with that and keep it simple and just blow this up. Make it what all it can be.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you sharing. And I wanted to read one other thing here, guys. And I was on a call early this morning with Africa. And we had, I don't know, 12 people on this particular Zoom. It was a new rep who had just hit Sapphire, and they had a new rep on who had about 10 people who were looking at it, people who have been around the industry. And one of the first things one of the guys said was he was thanking me for being on because he knows that people, quote unquote, at my rank don't tend to get on Zooms unless there's hundreds of people. I want to tell every one of you, that is not this culture. That is not how this rolls here. It is not. We are all about helping as many people as we can. Now, we only have so much time, but I want everybody to know that we are not about the only bring the superstars to me kind of stuff. That ship does not float here. That doesn't work. And so we're here to help everybody that we can. And again, there's only so much of it, but you have a line of support. I hate the terms upline, downline, hate them. Been around it way too long. Dislike, big dislike. Your line of support. Those people, many of you should be going to them. Why? Because they can help. Number one. Number two, they need to grow to help. And so instead of just coming straight to whatever the upline, whoop-de-dop-de-doo, whatever rank, get with your upline. Give them a chance to help. Give them a chance to participate in helping out and teaching and learning. And so I want to read something that kind of exemplifies that, because this right here this is from somebody who came this weekend. It's been in the industry for, I think it was 30 plus years. And I want you just to hear who this company is. It's with a very full heart that I thank you for this weekend's convention. Kathy, Kathy is Randy's wife, the founder's wife. He was the CEO for a long time. He's the founder of the company. And this is his wife, who's there, just so you know, running the event behind the scenes with my wife, Mary, over here. And so this is the founder's wife. My personal time with you is one of the many precious things that I take away from the Unleashed event. Every one of your staff were helpful and available and smiling. I have been blessed with 30 plus years in this industry. It has been very good for me and my family. We have traveled the world, benefited in so many ways, non-material ways as well. I was in the upper leadership of my company, made significant money. I spoke at, attended, and initiated numerous events all over the world. In the non-network marketing world, I've been a speaker and a trainer. Many people have paid me up to $2,500 to hear me speak. As your leaders expressed during the convention, something happened. And everything collapsed in my life, because we were sharing our personal stories about what went on in our lives. I have been searching for a good network marketing company ever since. I'm contacted weekly by someone trying to put me, I was contacted weekly by someone trying to put me in some company. I've been sent thousands of dollars in product, most of which went into the garbage, as I am extremely careful about what I put into my body. I have attended hundreds of trainings and conventions and seminars. Nevertheless, I have never experienced anything like I did this weekend. I expected that Unleash would be good. I was not prepared to have my life changed by it. By Friday night, our first night, I knew that I had received more than I have in all the years that I have attended trainings and conventions. It was the most powerful and influential convention that I have ever attended. Your leaders communicated the most fierce belief and conviction that I have ever experienced. There was no fluff. There was not a lot. There was a lot of meat and usable information. No hype, but genuine inspiration. I have appreciation for how things moved along so quickly. The bronzes, the silvers, including myself, were recognized from our seats appropriately. Those who went on stage were wonderful to hear and see. The doctor talk was so important. I usually have gotten very bored at these events. This weekend, I could not tear myself away for even a bathroom break. May I mention specifically Jim and Shannon, Byron and Susan, Terry and Mary, Brian Holmes, our leaders gave us a full blast. They were brilliant. I watched them during the down times. Here we go. Between times and meal times, continuing to move among the people and connect with them. There were 5 people in my group, including a 16-year-old girl who was very inspired. All of them were touched by the leadership in some important way. This is rare. And while this is the norm for leaders to touch the people, there were absolutely no superficiality in their interactions between the top leadership and the attendees this weekend. It was all real, and I know that my people felt important. Also, my spiritual connection to me is important. I am not a beginner, and yet there was something indefinable that I received from the leaders at this convention. I am in awe of the connection between the two of you, Kathy and Randy, and the truly amazing team of leaders that we have in MPG. It's humbling to realize that once again, I have found a chance to serve in a very potent way, and that I can, quote, restore the years that the locusts have eaten, and forever heal the trauma that I have lived through. As if all this weren't enough, I'm driving home over the road and I saw a huge rainbow. So this exemplifies what happened this weekend. And I just need for you all to know that while we have been walking through a hiccup, I know, trust me, with all the texts and messages I get, I know. And so I'm just asking, I'm asking for you to give grace for another week or so as things get righted back with the schedule of production. 7 to 10 days, they'll be back on track, and all the shipments will start to get caught up. It'll probably take till the end of the month, just so you know, for all the shipments to get caught up. Meaning, and what I mean by that is the standard is to ship the same day, but it's like it's 7 days right now. Order comes in, 7 days later it ships. Next week it'll be 5 days. The week after that it'll be 3 days. The week after that it'll be shipping same day. That's the standard. That's what they're working to get back to. So I need for you to understand the standard, and which has been the way that's been the whole time. And so I just want you guys to understand that what we have here is unique. This is a real thing with a real company and a real product. And if you've ever been looking for a place to get positioned before the masses find out about it, that is right now. And I still believe November will be the month when we start to have massive growth that's going to start and it's going to continue because of the leaders that are going to come over from other companies. That has already started. I've already started getting the messages. Hey, I want to come over. I've got a team to bring. Now, we haven't had any of that yet, but now we're about to. I'm just telling you guys, November is going to be a whole nother level. And if I could be so bold as to say that by the time November hits, right around that first week, all the shipping issue stuff will be a distant memory, and people will be fired up, and there'll be a lot of growth happening. We'll be able to scale into the millions without any hiccups. So we're very excited about all that. Corporate has hired more people, more IT people, more customer support people, more production people. That's all happened at the same time. And with all of that, understand that this guy right here, literally, we were in a pre-launch 4 months ago. We had never even seen it 4 months ago. The longest anyone's even had this in their body is like 95 days. So just understand, we are way at the beginning, way at the begining. And along the way, I think like 15,000 people have joined. And so things are cruising along really good. So I've been checking the chat. I see some different things in here, but I can't start taking questions. We'll be here all night. Christmas in New York. What about Christmas in New York? Are you guys talking about a trip? Oh, one thing I do need to mention real quick. Okay, hey, hold on. I need for everybody to be aware of this over here. Let's see, where did I put this? There it is. All right. I need for all of you to be aware that we are having a diamond weekend, it's not a weekend, it's 5 days at the Wigwam. This is going to happen in January 2nd to the 6th. And anybody who is a qualified diamond can come on this. Now, listen, this is not a corporate trip. This is not a rank trip. Diamond is not even the rank that you're going to start getting trips at. But anybody who is qualified at Diamond before the 31st of December can join us here at the Wigwam. It's just going to be us, number one, celebrating the year that was 2024, and then looking at and planning for the year that's coming in 2025. And so the information you need, there's this is an ACE page that I pulled up right here, and now I'm kind of lost in where I was. Where am I over there? So let's go back over here. There we go. So anyway, so this is available. I'm going to post this in the group right now in the various groups. So I think there's some more information here somewhere. What the heck? There's some information on the make the reservation. And so we'll have to get, I'll do a video on this as well. Oh, here we go. Okay. So January, there we go. January 2nd to the 6th at the Wigwam. And we got all kinds of different information in here for you, what it's going to be about. But really, it's just us getting together as diamonds and above, and really planning out 2025, because I'm just telling you guys, there are many people, many of you on here right now, many of you are going to be, you will create an income somewhere between $500,000 and $1 million next year. Next year. There are already people doing that, and it's been 4 months. I'm just telling you, this is something that can radically change lives all over. And so understand that where we're heading and what we have our hands on is something that none of us have ever experienced before. None of us. And we're just incredibly humbled and blessed to be able to have this available to us, and to walk through all of the great things and some of the mud. And so we've had a little mud, but we'll get through that. We'll get cleaned up, and we'll be off and running. And I'll be continuing to put updates in the various groups. I have a Telegram group, just so you guys know. Hang on one sec. And so I wanted to see if there's one other person real quick. I gotta go. Yeah. Okay. So with that, appreciate you guys jumping in on here. I got another meeting I got to get to, but I'll continue to put updates in there, particularly with kind of some shipping updates to the best of my ability. We tend to meet with corporate at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, my time, and kind of get a weekly update on what's happening. So once I get that, I share as much as I can on what I have. And with that, the next event that we're going to do, well, we got one in Australia. We're going to be doing a training event in Australia. We got a cruise, and all the Aussies have this in the various pages that they have available, and meaning have available to their teams. And that's going to happen the 6th through the 2nd through the 6th of February. And then we're going to do a training. We're going to have a fun night that night, and then training on the Friday and the Saturday, and right after that. So it's going to be an epic time in Australia, the Gold Coast. If any of you guys would like to join, I'm sure that I don't know how much space there is on the cruise, but we are going to have a training event over there. So we expect to have about 1,000 people show up for that. Who knows? Maybe more by then. And then we're going to have another training event here in the U.S., probably here in Las Vegas, April 4th, 5th, 6th, here in Las Vegas. That'll be another event for North America. And anybody else who wants to come to Vegas for a tax-deductible weekend, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, with that, appreciate you guys jumping on here. I do see one hand that's up. This is the only thing I'm going to do, because I really do got to go to a meeting that I'm running. Ryan, I see that your hand is up. Is that up for a reason, or is that just is that something else? Giving you 2 seconds there.
No, it's not. I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
Okay, awesome. All right, gang. Great to have you guys on. Last thing. Whoa. We've been doing daily Zooms at noon and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Saturday. Listen, not doing those daily any longer. Not. We're going to do them on Mondays and Wednesdays. Here's what that means to me. I'm going to be doing more of my own team Zooms. And since all y'all are on my team, that means I'm going to be doing more Zooms specifically with teams. And so we will be working that out, different time zones for different teams, different countries, different continents, whether we do Asia, Africa, Europe, Australia. Going to be doing more of that because we're going to be doing less of the daily Zooms for the what we call the bigger team. So leaders out there, if you guys want to get with me and get some time set up, I'm happy to do that. I mean, the leaders are leading and just crushing. I mean, totally crushing. You guys are freaking awesome. Oh my gosh, are you guys awesome? Leading very, very, very well. You got some amazing diamond and above leaders out there that are just a huge blessing to me. And I just love watching how they're so stepping up and wanting to engage and provide information and lead and share and grow and cheer other people on, man. We've just got a phenomenal culture, man. Thank God for all of this. So with that, thanks for being on tonight. And tomorrow, there's going to be another update, kind of probably going to be the same thing. It happens at 6 o'clock our time, which is 10 minutes from right now. But I'm going to be doing Zooms again with teams throughout the rest of this week. So look forward to connecting with the leaders out there and starting to really grow at a whole new level. So with that, thank you guys for being on. Got the recording here. I'll post that up on the various teams. And God bless each and every one of you guys. Have a great rest of the night or day or evening or wherever you happen to be. Have a great one.
Hey, thanks, Terry.
Bye.
Thanks, Terry.
My pleasure.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Thanks, Terry. Hey.
Way to go, Terry. Good job.
Yeah, great job. Thank you.
Thanks, Terry.
My
Thanks, Terry, from
pleasure.
Stay in
Australia.
touch, Terry.
Come on. Let's go.